There's going to be a preseason WNBA exhibition that is going to occur back in Iowa, where Caitlin Clark became a phenomenon before our very eyes over the past couple of years. They are playing the Brazilian national team, the Indiana Fever, making their way to Iowa to take on the Brazilians. And guess what? It's sold out in 42 minutes.
Did you catch what just happened with the Indiana Fever? They sold out an entire arena in just 42 minutes. For a preseason game, fans rushed for tickets like a flood. While over in Chicago, Angel Reese's Sky team is struggling to fill seats even at just $20 a ticket. The difference is staggering. The market is making it crystal clear who's truly making waves in women's basketball. Some veterans claim they're all growing the game together, but ticket sales tell a much different story. I'm about to break down the hard data that has WNBA stars completely stunned. The numbers don't lie, and what they reveal might shock you.
Like, it didn't matter how long it took to sell out, you couldn't even get in. If you were there, you probably didn't get a ticket. I would say there were 15,000 tickets. Obviously, I think Iowa season ticket holders got first dibs, which is right if they did. And then you're looking at a situation where basically no Fever fans got them. It's a preseason game.
Can you believe how fast Indiana Fever tickets sold out? Carver Hawkeye Arena, with 15,000 seats, was gone in just 42 minutes. Less time than a single quarter of basketball. And this wasn't even a playoff game or a championship. It was a preseason exhibition against Brazil's national team.
Tickets going on sale, and we're going to have a packed house, and it didn't take very long.
The story gets even wilder. This was Caitlin Clark's homecoming to Iowa after 4 record-breaking years with the Hawkeyes, and her fans weren't about to miss it. Social media went crazy as people sat in virtual lines, frantically refreshing their screens. Season ticket holders from her college days got first dibs, snatching up seats faster than Clark's lightning-quick three-pointers. Regular Fever fans from Indianapolis? Sorry, you're out of luck.
And you know that the home faithful back in Iowa are going to be pumped up to see her back in the state where she made her name.
The resale market has gone insane. People are listing tickets for this preseason game at over $1,000 for regular seats. The cheapest nosebleed sections are still going for hundreds. This isn't just supply and demand. It's supply and desperation, similar to a Taylor Swift concert or a Rolling Stones farewell tour.
Look at the price of these tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go.
What's crazy is that this kind of demand used to be reserved for legendary entertainers. That's the level of star power we're talking about here. Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player anymore. She's a cultural phenomenon.
I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game, where the Indiana Fever are going to play the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Caitlin's.
And the wildest part? Clark isn't out here hyping herself up or chasing media attention. She's just focused on basketball, and fans are responding at record-breaking levels. While other rookies are busy branding themselves, Clark is quietly building an empire.
Move the damn game to the football stadium. Move the game to the football stadium. I'm telling you right now, this is the time. It is not cold. It is May. Move it to the football stadium. You did it before. And you drew 55,000 people.
Even industry insiders are blown away. One ticket executive said they've never seen demand like this for a women's preseason game. The data shows people from 36 states try to buy tickets for this one exhibition game.
I mean, for what Caitlin Clark did her rookie season in the WNBA, the excitement coming into year 2, the amount of money that can be made.
People aren't just saying Caitlin Clark is growing women's basketball. The numbers prove it. As one sports analyst put it, Clark isn't moving the needle. She is the needle. The WNBA has never seen a single player make this kind of impact this fast.
You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1.
Clark's influence is even more apparent when you look at Chicago. While fans are scrambling for any Caitlin Clark ticket in Iowa, just a few hours away, Chicago Sky tickets are sitting untouched. They're playing against the same Brazilian national team as the Fever. Yet the demand is night and day. Despite Angel Reese getting major media attention, her team's tickets are collecting virtual dust on Ticketmaster. It's like a blockbuster movie premiere, except the theater is empty.
So here we are today, folks, and ticket prices are still freaking ridiculous. All right, this is, of course, Caitlin Clark and the rest of her teammates, right, taking on the Brazilian national team preseason. Right here, 4,000. This is vividseats.com, 4,000 down to $484.
The ticket prices tell the whole embarrassing story. People are dropping thousands to see Clark. While in Chicago, you can grab a Sky ticket for as little as $19. That's right. For less than the cost of a pizza, you can watch Angel Reese's pro debut. You might even get premium seats for less than what a cheap seat costs at Clark's game.
On Vivid Seats, there are tickets available for $36 right now. A lot of tickets for in the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You get the point.
What makes this even more awkward? Reese has been loud on social media and in interviews, saying she's the reason people are tuning into women's basketball. But the ticket sales tell a very different story. Fan engagement isn't anywhere close to expectations.
I'm going to tell you, those $4,800 tickets or whatever we saw for Caitlin Clark, somebody will buy those. Somebody will buy those. There ain't nobody paying $8,100 to watch Angel Reese play ball, especially when there are tickets. There was a ticket available for $29. $29 to see Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky play at the LSU.
Here's another revealing detail. The Indiana Fever actually considered moving their games to the United Center to double their venue size. But they're not doing it for Angel Reese's debut. They're only considering it for when Caitlin Clark comes to town. If that doesn't tell you who's really driving ticket sales, nothing will.
The tickets were supposed to go on sale Friday morning, but they're sold out. So I really don't know what they're going to do about this. I guess it's just kind of like one of those missed opportunities. And, you know, a lot of people are saying they need to move this to a stadium because there's no doubt in Iowa, if you move this to a stadium, it would be sold out.
Social media reactions have been brutal. Fans are posting side-by-side screenshots showing Clark's sold-out game next to Chicago's wide-open ticket availability. The Caitlin Clark effect is undeniable. One game is a frenzy. The other is struggling to fill seats.
You put this game Kinnick Stadium? You put this game in Kinnick Stadium in Iowa? I am telling you right now, this place seats 69,250. That's in the state.
The comparisons don't stop there. Even Aya Wilson, who calls herself the face of the WNBA, is seeing her Las Vegas Aces tickets plummet in value. You can grab seats to see a two-time MVP, a champion, and an Olympic gold medalist for under $20 in Las Vegas, a city where a basic meal costs more than a ticket. Something isn't adding up.
If you want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanded 19.
The Golden Knights sell out their arena for hockey. The Raiders pack their stadium for football. Yet somehow, the Aces, supposedly the WNBA's dynasty, can't convince locals or tourists to come, even at bargain prices. But teams are upgrading to bigger arenas, only when Caitlin Clark comes to town. As analyst Maria Thompson put it, we're watching a real-time market correction.
Because there is no universe from a popularity and a draw standpoint where she is worth more than Caitlin Clark. It's not even close. It's not even in the same ballpark. It's not on the same planet. And that's not to be disrespectful. That's just based on the metrics, the numbers, the attendance, the ratings, any way you can measure any of these.
The WNBA schedule makers recognize the shift, too. Guess which team has the most nationally televised games this season? The Indiana Fever, not the defending champion Aces, not the runner-up Liberty. The league knows exactly who brings ratings, and they're maximizing Clark's exposure.
Number one topic in sports, the face of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark. Every time this woman steps on the court, she's doing something that we've never seen before. She is officially the face of the league. There's no doubt about it. The numbers don't lie, whether it's viewership, whether it's ticket attendance.
The contrast is staggering. In Vegas, one of the world's biggest entertainment hubs, the Aces can't sell out, even at cheap prices. Meanwhile, other franchises are upgrading to bigger venues just for Clark's visits because their usual arenas can't handle the demand. Fans are making it loud and clear. Clark is the difference maker.
42 minutes. That's like back in the day when Rolling Stones tickets would go on sale. You try to go on Ticketmaster, they're gone. Taylor Swift is Swifty territory when you're selling out in 42 minutes. There are a lot of accommodations that have to be made for Caitlin Clark's superstardom, however, and they're going to be happening in Washington as well. The Washington Mystics are going to be moving both of their home games against the Indiana Fever to a location that will better accommodate the throng of Caitlin Clark fans that'll be coming out. Take a look at this.
But these venue upgrades reveal something bigger than business. They expose a massive double standard in the WNBA. Take Sheila Johnson, the owner of the Washington Mystics. She publicly said the spotlight should be spread equally, not just focus on Caitlin Clark. But then she made a business decision that completely contradicted her words.
The Mystics owner, wasn't she the one who said that, why can't we have every player in the WNBA on the cover of Time magazine? Why do we only have to recognize one WNBA player as the athlete of the year? Like she wasn't already living in a parallel fucking reality because a WNBA player was the athlete of the year?
Let's break it down. Just weeks ago, Johnson said, why not celebrate the entire WNBA instead of just one player? She even suggested that singling out Clark was creating division and fueling racism in the league.
I'm going to be very honest. I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, and they never got the recognition that they should have. And I think right now it is time for that to happen. So last night we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we...
Strong words, right? Johnson was basically arguing that Clark's popularity was unfair. But here's where the hypocrisy hits. Her own team just moved to a bigger arena for Clark's visit. The same owner who preached equality suddenly realized that money talks.
Just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. And so now you're starting to hear stories of racism within the WNBA, and I don't want to hear that. We have got to operate and become stronger as a league and respect everybody that's playing and their talent.
And this kind of hypocrisy isn't just Johnson. It's happening league-wide. WNBA veterans talk about growing the game together, yet their actions say something completely different. In public, they claim Clark is getting too much attention. But when it comes to making money, suddenly Clark is the golden goose, and teams are rushing to capitalize on her draw power.
Caitlin Clark moves the needle unlike anybody else, not only in the league today, but in the history of that league. I'm sorry, Cheryl Swoops, and every other salty former WNBA player or current player.
You can't say the spotlight should be shared while simultaneously treating one player as your financial lifeline. The numbers don't lie. The WNBA's economic reality is shifting fast, and veteran players are facing an uncomfortable truth. Their games aren't selling, even at dirt cheap prices.
The average WNBA viewership, okay, game, 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300. Do you know what Caitlin Clark just got the contract from Nike?
Nike.
You know what the contract is?
I want to say it's $3 million a year for 8 to 10 years. It's almost $30 million, something like that.
Right there, look at this. Caitlin Clark gets 15,591 fans in attendance, 105% increase compared to the average game is 76.45, and to Angel Reese it's only 10,000 people.
Look at the contrast. Clark sells out arenas in minutes, while WNBA stars with titles and experience can't move $20 tickets. Clark's ticket prices rival men's sports, while other teams are left scrambling. The league's business model is changing before our eyes. Who will adapt and who will be left behind?